An artist that I don't know if you feel the same way about is Jaden Smith, who uh, has
Sire,
had
my guy.
has had a pretty interesting career, I'd say at this
Oh yeah.
point. Obviously, probably most well known for being Will Smith's son, and also
Hmm.
probably one of the weirdest celebrities we have. Him and Willow are
Yeah.
truly, genuinely 100% their own
Yeah.
people or aliens or however they would kind of describe
Hmm.
themselves.
Sure. Here's my question though. Do you think he's actually as weird as he used to be? Young Jaden. I believe he's only 20 years old at this time. He's 22 years old. When we first talked about him, he was only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Um, he's been making music for a while now. He's acted in spots. He definitely is a legitimate working entertainer at this point. He's gone on tour, like he's
Hmm.
he's legit at this point. But do you think he's actually as weird as he once was when he used to just tweet literal nonsense with about his third eye,
Yeah, no, probably not. I think it's interesting because I think Jaden at that point was doing a lot of things because artistically it felt provocative to be
Mm.
saying and doing these things. I don't know if he's ever been explicit about what his sexuality is, and not that that really matters. But there was the whole thing about him and Tyler, the creator, possibly
Yeah.
dating at one point, and I don't even know if that was even ever
I
confirmed
think it
or
was a
if it
joke,
was,
but
yeah,
who the
just
fuck
something he
knows,
was
really?
throwing out. And it's like I think a lot of what he used to do was more provocative and not really thought out.
Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
think what we hear, especially on Cool Tape Volume 3, is he's finding a bit more of like a honing, an ability to hone a direction at least.
Hmm.
Whereas I think Sire, when we talked about it in 2017 and then Eris last year, I think it was a little bit more bombastic, a little bit more. I don't want to say it wasn't more ambitious, but I think just maybe a little bit more out there. Then this
Yeah.
feels a lot more grounded to me.
Well, it's funny comparing this to Eris because when I listened to Eris, what immediately stood out to me is the Kanye and Tyler influences
Mm.
in his musical choices. And great influences to have, of course. But if you're not adding your own spin or doing something in such a way that justifies making stuff that's such an obvious homage, it's probably going to fall flat, not going to remain in people's ears. And I think that's usually the case with a lot of his stuff. I mean, he has had hits, he has had sticky songs. You can check the numbers on some of his songs. He has had success. But on Eris, remember he was kind of dabbling in some like low rent like XXX Tentacion Florida rap metal stuff. It's like he still kind of will throw any dart he can at the wall. He just oftentimes hits the window. So I still give him credit for kind of doing whatever he wants. And again, and we shouldn't forget he has a lot of security in his life, so he can do this with a career. But Cool Tape Volume 3 definitely surprised me in the sense that it's much more understated. It's a lot more singing. It's like, it's softer. It's just a lot softer. There's no boasts anywhere near the level of Icon, which was the first time really made any noise with music.
But is
So
it good?
I think sometimes it's good, but it's still really long. It's a lot of songs. So
Yeah.
he takes a lot of swings and he's still gonna miss a lot. But I think once in a while he can still kind of hit, and that's cool enough, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. And the the direction of this album feels a lot more uh jazzy, a lot more like almost like Michael Bublé-ish at points. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
I was thinking like soft, like soft pop, soft rock almost,
Yeah.
like soft pop. I don't know.
The comparison I came to in listening to this was Shwazy. Do you remember that group, Shwazy? They
Yeah.
did like Corona and Lime. Like,
Mhm.
it was like a black guy and a white guy, and
Yeah.
the white guy would play
Love
guitar
is
and
overrated.
sing. Yeah, and then Swayze would rap, and I really kind of got that sense of it, where it was just kind of like mellow, more toned down, just kind of easy listening a lot of the time, and kind of sad boy throughout. But at the same time, I didn't hate it. I thought it was at least listenable at most
Yeah.
in most parts, and I think there were actually a couple songs I really liked, like Rainbow Bap. I thought was really good.
Hmm.
I thought the closer, Boys and Girls, was a decent track. And there, oh, and Lucy, I also kind of liked, had like a soft, like a chill vibe, surfer track kind of feel to
Sure.
it. So,
Yeah.
he's trying some things, but just I think honing it a little bit more. He's like crafting it a little bit more. It sounds like you liked a couple of the tracks as well.
I also liked Rainbow Bop a lot. I believe that single came out 2 weeks ago. I think that's one where that has the hook, that has the vocal delivery, the way he does the hook. It's a really catchy way, and that's kind of almost, it almost feels like a spoken word rap. It's not like a true hip hop song, but it has that kind of hip hop cadence to it. I like Rainbow Bop a lot. Also has an hilarious line, which is what you expect from Jaden, where he calls himself the young KRS in your Providence. Just to have the audacity to compare yourself to KRS One is ridiculous and just oozes confidence. So
Mm-hmm.
salute to Jaden, because that is ridiculous. Um, so yeah, I think Rainbow Bap is cool to me. Um, Meta wise, it was nice to see him collab with Bieber once again. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
forget that Now or Never. Uh, how long ago was that? Like 8 years, maybe.
Yeah, six,
Oh,
seven, something like that.
a long time. Probably more than that, actually. Probably around 2010. I don't know. Jane was very young when they first collabed, so that's cool. Uh, I like Sunburnt. Sunburnt was interesting to me because that reminded me some more of like Eris, right? Where like the song is a little bit softer, like most of the album. Next thing you know, he's doing like really hardcore rapping for the last like 20 seconds. That kind of like brief, stark switch up reminded me a lot of what happened on Eris. And I also like Endless Summer with Rory. Rory and Jaden actually make sense to me as kind of kindred spirits, and I thought that song sounded pretty good. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I think like all the Jaden projects, there's stuff to like, stuff to immediately never listen to again, stuff that's kind of in between, and it just
Never,
depends what you're looking for from him.
never say never. 2011, by the way.
Yeah, I was
So
close.
you were very close. Yeah, I like this more than I liked Eris. So I think Jaden keep trying stuff. I liked how it sounded a little bit like 90s rap-ish at points, but maybe not like the traditional 90s rap, kind of like nice and smooth, or even like Crazy Town at certain points. I was like, all right, well,
Yeah,
it's something different. I appreciate the swings at least. So Cool Tape Volume 3. We'll be adding a track probably to our Nowstalgia Best of 2020 on Spotify. Follow that.